Hi everyone, and welcome to another Doctor Who action figure review by me, Max Schultz. Today I'm going to be bringing you a review of another new series figure, and as you can see, this particular figure is the BBC Shop and Doctor Who Experience exclusive Rory Williams figure from the Series 5 and 6 figure line. I got this particular figure very recently from the BBC Shop website for £9.99. This is one of two Rory figures that have been released very recently here in the UK. As I said before, this particular version is a BBC Shop and a Doctor Who Experience exclusive, but the other version, which is quite similar, isn't a Doctor Who Experience or BBC Shop exclusive. The packaging is quite similar to that of some of the previous Doctor Who new series action figures. On the front we can see a small bubble in the top left corner saying highly detailed posable figure. Below that we can see the Rory figure in a clear plastic bubble which has been made to look like the shape of the TARDIS exterior. I think this is a really nice touch to the packaging. The card at the bottom is the same as usual really. It's got the 2010 and 2011 Doctor Who logo and also the name of the figure. On the back we can see a couple of pictures of Rory from the show. There's a picture of him in his outfit from The Doctor's Wife and a picture of him in his Centurion armour from The Pandora Opens and The Big Bang. There's also a nice bit of information about the life of Rory. I think this is a really great feature for new fans of the show who may not know much about the character of Rory Williams. The bottom of the packaging is the same as usual really. It's got the same usual product and company information, so there's not much to say about that really. And that's it for the packaging, and now we're going to start taking a closer look at the figure of the last Centurion. Like some other Doctor Who action figures, this Rory figure uses some new parts as well as some recycled parts from another action figure made by Character Options. He uses a completely new head sculpt and a completely new body warmer and recycled parts from the Primeval Series 2 Nick Cutter action figure. I think the Primeval Series 2 Nick Cutter figure's body is quite a good body for a Rory figure as well, so I like the fact that Character Options decided to use that while making this particular figure. A new sculpt for the body would have been good. I know a lot more people would have liked this figure if it did use a new sculpt for the body, but I'm quite fine with it just the way it is. And now we're going to start looking at the detailed paintwork and sculpting of this particular figure. As usual, we're going to start by taking a look at the head sculpt. The head sculpt on this particular Rory figure is exactly the same as that of the other Rory figure currently available, by the way. I think the head sculpt for this Rory figure has came out really well. In my opinion, it has an excellent likeness to Arthur Darvill. I think it looks like him, not only from the front, but also from the sides. The facial features on this figure are really nice, especially the eyes, the eyebrows, the creases in the skin, and also the cheekbones. The hair is also very nice. If we take a close-up look at it, we can see all the hairs going down to Rory's ears, all the hairs going down to Rory's neck, and also all the spiky parts of hair going towards the front here. I really do like these, by the way. As I said before, I really do like the head sculpt of this particular Rory figure. I think it's turned out really well. I do think it could have been a little bit better if the hair was a bit longer though. To me at the moment it is a little bit too short, to be honest, but I still really do like this head sculpt. There's so many good things about it, and this is definitely a head sculpt that I wouldn't mind seeing on Rory action figures in the future. On his torso we can see that he has a black body warmer, a light grey shirt and also a white vest. The body warmer is a very nice part of the figure and also a very highly detailed part of the figure. If we take a close-up look at it, we can see that it has plenty of buttons just like it does in the show. It's also got plenty of baggy areas which have lots of creases around them. We can see several more baggy areas and lots more creases along the back as well. There's not much else I can say about the body warmer on this figure really. I really do love it. I think it looks really good and very lifelike as well. I don't think there's anything that could have been better about this body warmer, to be honest. It would have been good if it was removable, so then we could have a Rory with just a shirt without the body warmer, obviously. I'm quite glad that it has been glued onto this figure though, because if I did take this off the figure I would probably lose it in a very short amount of time. The shirt is also very nicely made and also very highly detailed. If we take a look at the middle, we can see that he has his top button undone to reveal his white vest underneath. There's not much I can say about the vest really. It's a nice feature of the figure and that's all there is to it really. Like the body warmer, the shirt also has plenty of creases. We can see quite a few around the middle here and also quite a few on the sleeves. On his left sleeve we can see a large pocket, which was actually part of the Primeval Series 2 cutter figure. I think it would have been good if this was removed for this particular figure of Rory, but I think it's quite a nice feature of the figure anyway. It looks quite nice, it's got some creases on it and we can quite clearly see the edges of it. The sleeves also have little bands at the bottom of them which look quite nice, and they also have a little button as well. You can see one on this particular sleeve as well, just in a slightly different place. The trousers are also quite nice. They've been painted with quite a dark shade of blue with a grey wash over the top, helping to make them look quite old and dirty in quite a few places. They're also covered in creases, making them look very lifelike as well. We can also see a couple of pockets just around his waist. The shoes are quite basic, there's not much to them really, but they do look quite nice up close. If we take quite a close look at them, we can see that they have the laces just around the bottom of Rory's trousers. Okay, that's all I have to say for the detailed paintwork and sculpting for now, and now we're going to take a look at Rory's articulation. His head can turn from side to side. It cannot do a full 360-degree turn because of the shirt though, but it doesn't really need to. Sadly, because the arms are exactly the same as that of the Primeval Series 2 Nick Cutter figure, he doesn't have the new ball-jointed shoulders, but he still does have good arm articulation. His arms can do a full 360-degree turn from the shoulders. They can also swivel 360 degrees at the biceps. They can also bend up at the elbows, and his hands can turn 360 degrees. He can also turn at the waist a bit. His legs can move outwards from the top as well as go backwards and forwards from the top. They can swivel 360 degrees at the thighs, and they can also bend. That's all the articulation on this particular Rory figure. I'm quite happy with the articulation on this figure. I just would have liked it a bit more if it had the new ball jointed shoulders that we see on most Doctor Who action figures nowadays. If this particular figure did have the new ball jointed shoulders, then I would have been able to put this figure into many more cool poses. But as I said before, I'm still quite happy with the articulation on this figure, and as usual it's very useful for figure adventures, figure photography and also scene recreations. Okay, now it's time for me to deliver a summary of my thoughts on this particular figure. Overall, I think this particular Rory figure is a very nice addition to my Doctor Who figure collection. This is definitely a must-have for anyone that is a fan of the character Rory Williams and anyone that is a fan of the actor Arthur Darvill. I really like this figure for so many reasons. I think the head sculpt on this particular figure is really good. As I said before, in my opinion, it has a great likeness of Arthur Darvill, and it is a head sculpt I wouldn't mind seeing on Rory figures in the future. I really like the clothes on this particular figure, especially the body warmer and the shirt, which have been made out of great sculpts and have absolutely brilliant detail. The paintwork on this figure is absolutely superb as well. I don't have any problems with it, and I think the articulation on this figure is very good as well. One thing I didn't mention earlier on in the review was the fact that I don't know what episode this particular figure is meant to be from. Now, this isn't a bad thing. I'm quite happy with this figure just the way it is. I'd just like to know what episode it is actually meant to be from, because I don't actually recognise the outfit that this particular figure has. If I was to give this particular Rory figure a rating out of 10, I'd say I'd quite happily give it a 9 out of 10. This is a figure I'd recommend to almost any Doctor Who action figure collector at the moment, and as I said before, it is a figure I like for so many reasons. I just think it could have been a bit better if the hair was a bit longer, and I would have liked to have seen ball jointed shoulders on this particular figure. Those two problems aside, I still do really like this figure, and I'm very happy to be sitting here and reviewing this particular Rory figure, as I have wanted a Rory figure since Series 5 was first shown back in 2010. I am planning on getting the other version, I'm just not sure when I'll review it. I have got a lot of other reviews that I need to do, so I might get those other reviews done before I do a review of the other Rory figure. And that is pretty much all I have to say for my review of the BBC Shop and Doctor Who Experience exclusive Rory figure. If I have any more comments about this figure, I will put them up in YouTube video annotations or down in the comment section below. If you'd like to share your thoughts on this figure, please feel free to do so in the comment section below, or maybe in a video response you'd like to make. Thanks for watching this review, YouTubers. I'm not sure what my next review is going to be yet, though. It might be another Doctor Who action figure, it might be a Doctor Who character building figure set, or it might even be a Halo 4 or Avengers figure review, because I did get a Halo 4 Elite Zealot figure back in August, and I really want to do a review of that soon. And I have also got quite a few Avengers figures left to review that I was supposed to review earlier on this year. So I don't know what my next review is going to be, but I have a very special announcement, so don't go back or click on another video yet. And that announcement is for a Doctor Who boxed figure collection video. I am planning to sort of tell you quite a bit about the figures I've decided to keep in their boxes, and I'm going to sort of talk about the history behind them. So it should hopefully be quite a nice long video. Thanks for watching this review, YouTubers.